You're live.
Hi. I'm in the house and I'm doing some things. We've burned things today. We've done all kinds of things for chemical changes. So I just want to talk a little bit about what a chemical change is before we begin. So last week we talked about physical changes, and ripping paper was a physical change, and we made our paper dolls, and we did all kinds of fun things that were physical changes. But today we're going to talk about chemical changes. Chemical changes are a little bit harder to define and a little bit more scary, I think. So one of the things I'm going to show you is I'm just going to show one of the things. This is made of wood. It's just a match made of wood. Okay? But as soon as I strike this match, I have now made fire. I hate fire, by the way. It scares the heck out of me. So, but I'm making fire just to show you something very exciting here. And I hope I don't drop it in the bleach or in the chemical that's up here, or we'll be having big trouble. So if you notice the top of the match, if you're watching it at all, it's turning into something else. It's not the same. I'm going to move this over for a second so you can see. So if you look at the top, it's like brown, it's gray. Geez, I think I'm colorblind. And it is changing. It's changing into something else, another substance altogether. It is no longer wood. No longer. It's gone. So look. So if you look at that, can they see? Okay, if you look at that, there's two things on this, my finger here that I'm holding. One is this. That's an ash. And this piece of wood, charred wood. Okay, so that in itself is a chemical change. So it says here, chemical changes are changes that change properties of a substance and actually will change that substance into something else. Just like this was another substance compared to that. So common signs of a chemical change includes changing color, heat changing, or a release of some sort of a gas. So we're going to do a couple quickie experiments here. All right, so first of all, I had almond milk in this house, which because of, I don't know what we did. So I'm going to take some food coloring, and this is one of those things you can wow your little brothers and sisters with, and maybe you've already done it yourselves at home, I don't know. So Alex, can you put the camera so that it's kind of on this? So I'm just dropping in some food coloring in here. It's just in the top of milk. And it's floating on top of the milk, by the way, buoyancy. Okay, so there's my food coloring. And then I'm just going to take my soap, and I had a Q-tip somewhere. What did I do with those? Oh, I'm back. Okay, and here is the soap. I'm going to put a little tiny bit on my thing, and I'm going to touch the soap to my thing, and voila, I've got this cool thing of colors changing, going all over the place. Okay, just because of my soap. All right, so look, it makes this cool thing. That changing color, see how that worked? Isn't that pretty? Is a change, a chemical change. Okay, that's one. So another way I can show you changing of color is I have these little vials, and they're filled with just warm water. There's nothing, but I'm going to add something to each of these. Oh, there's a ladybug. Okay, so this one, Clorox. So I'm going to put a little, oh no, wait a minute. First of all, I better put a little food coloring in. I don't know what I have left. Better find one that I have a little bit left. Okay, we'll put a drop of blue in there, a drop of blue in here, and a drop of blue in here. Okay, and we know that the molecules within there, it's going to move it around, but I'm going to shake it up just to get it going a little bit so that our videos aren't terribly long. Because gosh, how long can you watch me? Okay, so there's that, and this one over here. Okay, so I've shaken these up, so they're all the same color blue. But now I'm going to add another substance to them and see if there's actually a color change that's going to happen. So the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to show you a little bit of Clorox, okay? And I'm going to take my Clorox with my water, and I'm going to shake that blue up, and there it is, okay? And now I'm going to use vinegar, white vinegar. Oh, there's that ladybug. I'm going to put a little vinegar in there. Maybe I'll put the ladybug in there. Ha! Only kidding. I don't want to be accused of killing animals. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one. This one has a little hydrogen peroxide in it, and those are the chemicals that I used for this experiment. Here's my lid. Now, were there any color changes? So here, blue, a little bit here, and then look at this one. Ooh, what going on here? So there they are. Okay, did the vinegar do anything? Nope. Did the hydrogen peroxide? A little tiny bit. But what really got rid of the color? Clorox. Now you know why you use Clorox bleach on your clothing. Okay, now Savannah's going to come in here and she's going to step in for a minute and I'm going to kind of tell you what she's doing because it's pretty cool. So come on in, Savannah. I'm going to move out. You're coming in and we're going to show you. Okay, the other day we made slime and slime was pretty cool. But today we're going to make fizzy slime because when a gas is released, that's also what's happening here when you make a chemical change. So if you want to see something that fizzes, you're going to go with that. Okay, so now Savannah's going to do that. And she's going to start with some glue because she's going to make this cool slime. Okay, this is a little different than the two recipes we used before. So this is pretty cool. So she's going to take baking soda, a couple tablespoons of that, and put it in. And then she's going to just stir that up really good. So while she's stirring that, I'll get her, what do you need, half a fourth cup?
Yeah, it's a fourth cup of vinegar.
Okay. So I'll get her vinegar ready for her, just because I think that's a nice thing to do, and I'm just spilling it everywhere. Oof. My kitchen really stinks tonight. All kinds of stuff. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have showed them this cup.
Put in the cup of the contact solution.
Oh, so I take this out, put it in here?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, how much contact solution? I'm going to let you do it. So now she's going to put in a little contact solution in here. Remember that good old contact solution? You buy the cheapy brand at Walmart or wherever you can go shopping ever in your life again. And then she's going to put some cool food coloring in here. So she put in some yellow, and now she's going to put in some red. And if you know anything about art, you're going to know what red and yellow make. And now, watch. Alex, can you get the camera right over here so you can see this really well, please? Okay, so watch what happens. It is having a humongous reaction. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Woo! Look at that, how fun is that? And when that foam is released, it relieves all that gases out of the carbon, the baking powder, the baking soda, okay? And then it makes the coolest slime ever. Look how cool that is. A new and improved method of making slime.
Yeah.
So everybody knows the last thing that we're gonna do. Everybody knows this one. And if you don't know this one, then shame on you. Because if you take this baking soda and put it in here, well, actually, I'm going to do it the other way. No, I'm going to do it this way. If you want to make a volcano, got to get rid of that ladybug, and you want to just see the fizzes, just add your baking soda, add your vinegar, and voila. You got a very instant, cool, foamy awesomeness going on. And with, ooh, this is cool. And we looked at one where you could actually put that in a bottle with a straw, and you can make it go across the bathtub. I'm not going to make it go across the bathtub, but I could have. But we decided not to do that. We were going to go to the creek, but it's too cold. So I'll tell you what. That is my lesson for today. So I want you to remember these things. A chemical change is a change that involves the breaking and forming of chemical bonds. When you are seeing a chemical change, one, you're going to see rust. When you leave your bike out, it's rained, a little bit of rust forming. If you don't get that bike in, you're going to have a lot of rust. Frying. If I fried an egg for you right now, adding that heat at that egg changes that egg to something else. Burning, like I did with the match. Rotting. Rotting. I have an apple in here that's on its way out. See? It's rotting. It's nasty. Okay? If I cut this apple in half and just left it out, well, it would certainly probably turn brown tomorrow. Okay? Color. And then, of course, you've all seen fireworks, and fireworks are definitely chemical changes. So you can tell the chemical difference in chemical changes by size. If I break pieces of paper in half, it's a physical change. If I make a paper doll out of it, it's a physical change. So any of those kinds of things, size, those things, shape, if I took a piece of paper and wadded it all up, it's still a physical change. It doesn't change this at all. It just alters the shape of it. But again, if you are going to do these kinds of things, you are now making a chemical change, and a lot of times it'll also form heat. So you kind of got to be somewhat careful. So you have an assignment. You are going to go to Kahoot. And on Kahoot, I'm going to put a bunch of examples, and I'm going to put physical or chemical change. You need to pick those out. All right? So that's going to be your assignment after you watch this video with me. Physical and chemical changes can be very, very confusing. So if there's been an odor, like in here, there's been a lot of odors with the Clorox. I probably should go outside for a while. In the vinegar, and then we were burning sugar and baking soda. There was a lot of smell going on in here. So, but then if you get this cool thing like this, wow, it doesn't get much better. So that is my class for today. I hope you all remember to be kind to one another, be good to one another, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.